chat, and welcome to the country with the most cows, India. Now, back in September 2002, the richest man in the world was Elon Musk. The third richest man was Jeff Bezos. But who was the second? Well, his name is Gautam Adani. Now, you might be wondering, how do you come out of nowhere and get richer than Jeff Bezos? Well, this is the very question that got the people at Hindenburg suspicious. Now, Hindenburg are the guys who uncovered the Bernie Madoff Ponzi scheme. That is the biggest financial fraud in history. So, what did Hindenburg find out about Adani? Well, it basically goes like this. Let's say I have a company with some stocks. I mean Charizard cards. Now, how do we know how much these cards are worth? Well, if someone comes over and buys a card for say $20, then we know the card is worth 20 bucks. But what if I put on a little disguise and I come over and buy the card for say $1 billion? Well, now I'm a billionaire. And that's basically what Adani was doing. He had a bunch of shell companies buy his stocks to jack up the price. Well, you're probably wondering, how is this guy getting away with this? Well, you see, just like how Musk has Tesla and Bezos has Amazon, Adani has the Indian government. He's basically the biggest guy in infrastructure and energy, and he handles everything from ports to airports, from coal to renewable energy. Like, just imagine Enron on steroids. Plus, they bought out the whole SEC. Now, this guy's best buds with the Indian government, so he basically gets all the government contracts. I mean, you've got to be pretty close with them when your stock prices directly correlate with election results. Does this mean Adani never faces any consequences? Well, when the report by the Hindenburg went public, the valuation of the Adani Group's listed firms dropped by $117 billion. He isn't even the richest Indian anymore. That now goes to Mukesh Ambani. Now, Mukesh Ambani is pretty big in petroleum, media, and telecom, but I don't want to be too mean to this guy since he's the reason my telephone bill's only a few dollars a year. And plus, I get free unlimited 5G. But I'm sure he's also listening to every word I'm saying. But, I mean, what's the worst thing this guy could have done? He illegally bought the land to an orphanage, tore it down, and built his personal luxury skyscraper on top of it. I know the billionaires are trying to be evil, but this guy really committed to it. Now, looking back at Adani, the guy doesn't seem so bad now, does he? He uses child labor in his coal mines. Well, anyways, the guy made back a lot of the money he lost over the past year, and he's worked his way back up to the 16th richest man in the world. But the real question is, do we want Adani to fail? You see, Adani had the brilliant idea of basically welding himself to the Indian economy. The idea being, if he goes down, he's taking India down with him. Back when his stocks fell, the market went insane. People were terrified that banks were gonna collapse. In fact, the Supreme Court just announced that on January 3rd, 2024, that SEBI, that is the Indian SEC, needs to stop their investigations into the Adani Group and that no further probes are needed. But do bad things even happen to billionaires? Well, let me introduce you to Vijay Mallya. Now, this guy owns the largest breweries in India. He had his own airline. He is big in real estate and fertilizers. But if you wonder if this guy has an extravagant lifestyle, they call him the king of good times. However, people started to realize things weren't going too well for him when he stopped paying his employees for 15 months straight. He was apparently billions of dollars in debt. He was then accused of several counts of fraud and money laundering. A consortium of banks banded together, and they tried to get the Supreme Court to stop him from leaving the country. But the thing is, the guy already left. And when they tried to seize his assets, they found out he transferred $500 million to tax havens. So Vijay Mallya is probably all right. So remember, if you ever try to embezzle billions of dollars, remember to bribe your politicians. Or better yet, send the money to me, and I'll take care of it for you. Anyways, this was your International Marketing Monday. Thanks for listening.